Hi, everybody. I have a very clingy demigod. Um, I don't know where he's at today. He won't leave me alone. So I'm gonna try and get all sorts of things done today. It's gonna be very busy, um, but figured I'd still check in with everyone. So it's been an interesting first week of getting through all of my new content. I hope everybody has had a chance to check out said new content. Um, I was really excited to return back to some of the stories that I haven't touched in a while. I'll say I'm grateful to Substack that it has given me that opportunity because I feel like I haven't been able to really do much with some of those older stories. Like I love Inkit, don't get me wrong. Like Inkit gave me the opportunity to share stories and really get some more stuff out there. But I really could only do it one way. And something just never felt right about that. Like like I've told you guys multiple times. I love audio dramas. I love graphic stuff. Like I actually tried to go to Wattpad at one point, and it did not work very well. um, Not because it was a bad place, but I realized that I did not. I guess the word is vibe with the authors over there. I kind of felt like an old man. um, and a bunch of young people either didn't like what I was doing or they wanted me to be more hip, and I'm like, I'm too old for this. So yeah, I ended up pulling back there. Not that I didn't get some interesting feedback on Eclipse. Um, Eclipse actually had some interesting feedback from people there. Yes, yes, yes. You gonna leave me alone now? After not leaving me alone for the past hour? Or you just want to look at this guy? Look at he's so demigod roommates. What can I say? Can I finish getting food together, please? Could I do that? Sorry, I'm trying to make coffee and breakfast and give him the attention he's desiring. Okay, you finally gonna put one down? Okay. There you go. Okay, now I have two hands. um, but yeah, speaking of Eclipse, I hope everybody checked out the first episode of Hearth of Rider. I'm still finding it interesting how the shift happened with that. Because originally I was going to be reading all of Legacy of the Solar Order, which is my longest manuscript. But then again, Legacy was supposed to be a cartoon series. I developed it when I was over at the Art Institute with the intention of using it in production, and then we were going to be like making a pilot episode when I got to what we called portfolio class, which is where you're supposed to be applying everything you've learned and actually make a small production. All of my professors were super excited to see what I was going to do over there because I had a good head for production. I understood that as like I could see the grander scheme, like how it all came together. And honestly, I wanted to get that far, but I felt a disturbance in the force, and I realized I probably shouldn't be here. Something just told me to leave, and I left apparently at the right time because the entire company fell apart. Even Mrs. Winchester was like, something ain't right. So we literally both dipped like right before the Art Institute like started really dying. Um, and now it is no more. Um, Kind of glad that I got out when I did, because I learned a lot from great people in the industry, which is what I was looking to do. And I had always wanted to be a mentee, like under like somebody from the industry, but I had no means of getting to those areas. So I'm grateful in that regard that I was able to learn from some people that are they've had a lot of experience in the field. I worked with a professor that worked on Animaniacs, Tiny Toons, other series like that over at Warner Brothers. He was my 2D animation instructor, and he was the one who actually pointed out that while I didn't have the best animation skills, I understood story flow, like how cartoon structure worked. And he really liked like how much I thought I put into stuff. I worked with one of the other instructors that was teaching us like the history of animation, which he was impressed that I knew as much as I already did. He actually was an animator who worked on the Hotel Transylvania movies, and a lot of students would actually, like, when he would do the 3D animations class, they would kind of suck up to him and use like models that were inspired by Hotel Transylvania. And he was like, that's not getting you bonus points, but kudos. I worked with a guy who's been doing like commercial animation, like the animation that goes on commercials, literally. Like, he was the one who taught us that animation is not just cartoons and things like that. You can be making training videos, you can be making simulations, you can be making heck, he even told us a lot of it is like, if you want to be in video games, the same principle applies to commercials. Like, don't just focus on one thing. And he was the professor that also did my short format writing, and was like, I'm so mad at you. You I can only like teach you to please use commas. And I was like, my weakness. But yeah, I enjoyed the time and the friends that I made over there. But it also, I think, gave me an idea of how to diversify my own writing, which is where my transmedia goals came from. So, in light of that, I'm so excited that I finally got my first two paid, well, technically one paid post. Hearth of a Writer, just so you guys know, will become paid. Just because I'm reading an entire book to you. So the way that I've always viewed Hearth of a Writer is that it's an audiobook experience from the writer's voice. But of course, I always make my first chapter free. So the first chapter of Eclipse is free to everybody to check out. So it gives you like an idea of what to expect from the story itself. But thankfully, because I already make other content here on Substack where I narrate, you guys know what I have to offer narration-wise. Now, I do have Phantom of Nibelheim, which went up yesterday. I did get a little bit of attention over there. I would love to know what you guys think, because I did add something a little extra to my narration. I was curious what you guys thought of it. Again, just trying to show like diversity in what I have to offer. There are still going to be plenty of things that will always be free. I'm not paywalling everything. I just need to start being able to afford to expand on what I want to do, because I really want to be making different formats. It's something that's very important to me, especially after working as a DSP for like 2.5 years. I learned like how people can love story if you just give them the way that they connect to it. If they have that kind of access, they can enjoy story just like everybody else. So that's really the reason that I have created paid tiers. Now, if you want to support, awesome. Thank you so much. Please feel free to check out the different options available for that. But if not, again, I'm still going to make stuff for you guys, okay? Don't worry. So until next time, be kind to yourself and others, and I will check in with you next week, okay? Look forward to what you guys think of the previews. I'm going to do a preview below on this one just because nobody really told me if they like it on these videos or if they like the individual posts. So I'm going to do another week of that. Please let me know. But again, until next time, happy reading and listening adventures.